Welcome to another edition of the CS Podcast, where you can hear interviews with special guests such as
Dale Buchanan, Tom Waddle, Pierre Desir, Brent Berry, Ed Werder,
and many others.
Too big, too strong, too fast, too good.
So be sure to subscribe and tune in to the CS Podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/ChristianRE722.
Did you not get the memo?
That's www.youtube.com/ChristianRE722 for great interviews. Be sure to check out the CS Podcast.
You are ridiculous.
Welcome back to the CS Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Shanafel, and I'm now joined by 2015 NFL Draft prospect, quarterback out of Division III Delaware Valley College, Aaron Wilmer. I appreciate you taking some time to chat today, Aaron. How's it going?
Going pretty good, Chris. I'm happy to be on the show.
So let's go ahead and get right to it. I see that you're from Philadelphia, and coming out of high school, you decided to attend Delaware Valley College. I just want to start this interview off by asking you a pretty simple question. That is, coming out of high school, why did you decide to attend Delaware Valley and play D3 football for the Aggies?
Well, initially, I didn't actually go to Delaware. I started my career at Division II Westchester University. Coach Bill Zwine offered me a scholarship, and I went for quarterback. And things didn't work out. I ended up transferring, and my head coach now, Coach Greco, he basically gave me an opportunity, and I had to jump at it. And he promised me that nothing would be promised. So I went in there, I competed, I beat out a senior, and I was a four-year starter at Del Valle, and had a pretty good career. And thanks to all my teammates and coaches.
Your first year at Delaware Valley, you really exploded onto the scene. You threw for over 2,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, and you ran for another 320 yards and 6 touchdowns. You were named the MAC and ECAC South Rookie of the Year, and you were also voted second team All-Mid-Atlantic Conference. As a team, you guys went undefeated in the regular season and was able to defeat Norwich University in the first round of the playoffs, but fell to St. John Fisher College in the second round. Nonetheless, it was still a very successful season out of you and your team. I'm curious, before transferring to Delaware Valley, did you have any idea that you would have the opportunity to play right away? Did you know that as a freshman you would have the opportunity to beat out a senior quarterback? And how were you able to bring so much success to the team so early on during your time there?
Well, I mean, all goes to Coach Greco. Like I said, he promised me nothing. He said, look, you got to come in here and compete. Nothing's going to be given to you. You got to earn everything you got. And that's what I did from day one of camp. I got the playbook down, and I let my talent take over, and I ended up winning the quarterback job in the last scrimmage. And as far as the early success, I would put that on, more so the team. We had a really good team that year. The defense was, I think, the first in our conference that year, so I had a defense to lean on as well. But offensively, we had some key seniors that actually helped in the growing pains. Being a first-year starter, but we had a really good year. We won, like you said, went undefeated, and we made it to the second round of the playoffs. So it was a really good year, and man, I wish I could go back to that St. John Fisher game because I didn't have the best game then, and that's probably why we lost that game. But it was a really good run.
The next season as a sophomore in 2012, you were named to the All-MAC second team for a second straight year, and you threw for over 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, as well as over 630 yards and 9 scores on the run. You actually threw 6 of your 16 touchdowns in one game against Albright on 13 completions. As a team, the Aggies finished 8-3 and won the ECAC Southeast Bowl, which then set up a 7-4 season the following year in 2013, your junior year, Aaron, and you threw for over 2,100 yards and 15 touchdowns. You also ran for over 360 yards and 3 more scores that season. Your play was then recognized, and you were selected to the All-MAC first team. Now, so far, throughout those first 3 years, the team actually got worse and worse after each season. Still over 500 records, but still. Why do you...
there were some games during that season where we didn't finish, and that's one thing. Like I said, my first year there, we had a really good defense to help us along the process. But in my junior year, we just couldn't finish games, and it was really tough on us. We were in some close battles with the conference foes, and we just couldn't pull it out at the end.
Now, I mentioned that you were selected to the All-MAC first team. When you found that news out, I mean, were you excited? Were you surprised? Did it mean anything to you all after being on the second team the previous 2 seasons?
Well, it was just gratifying, just because, it's something that everybody wants to be. Everybody wants to be first, And for the previous 2 years, I was second team, and inside of me, I knew I was better than the other kids. Just that the system that he played in was more quarterback friendly, I would say, in terms of he would throw 40 times a game, and it would usually be like bubbles and screens and stuff like that. So he would always have the better numbers. But I knew deep down inside I was a better quarterback, and that, just being recognized and finally having that title, first team all conference, that really set me straight, and it actually carried on to next season.
And, of course, being on that first-team All-MAC and having a 7-4 season in 2013, what were both your individual and team expectations for this past season, Aaron, knowing that it'll be your final go-around at the college level? I mean, I got to think you wanted to go out with a bang.
Well, yeah, just like every other senior in America. You know, you want to – everything, there's no regrets. You know, you go full throttle. I put in so much time and effort in the offseason with my teammates, my wide receiver, Rasheed Bailey. We put in so much time developing chemistry, making sure, you know, we could throw the ball and he would catch it in the dark, you know, things like that, just working out every little thing. So when we got there and we had the opportunity on the field, we'll be able to capitalize. And that's what we did really all year. We just made a lot of big plays, and the numbers speak for themselves. And the record does too. We were 9-2, made it to the playoffs again, and we fell short in the first round. But I think overall we had a really good, successful season. Just a shame we couldn't carry it on into the playoffs.
Chris Shanfield talking with 2015 NFL draft prospect Aaron Wilmer, quarterback out of Delaware Valley College. And Aaron, this past season was definitely one to remember. It was your best season as an Aggie. You certainly did go out with a bang. You were able to throw for over 3,200 yards, 30 touchdowns to only 8 interceptions. You continue to show that if there's nobody open, you can scramble for the first down and some, as you ran for over 400 yards and 7 touchdowns. As a team, the Aggies had a very solid season. You guys actually began the season 9-0 before losing the last regular season game and the first playoff game to finish the season 9-2. What was it about this past season that allowed you guys to have the great success that you had?
It really was just my teammates bonding together. Offensively, this was the best offense I think Delaware ever had in terms of statistics. We broke pretty much a record every single game, it seemed like. And we were really offensive driven. I mean, we were putting up 40-point games. I think we were averaging like 40 points a game for I feel like 3 quarters of the season. And when you do that, anytime you put up 40-plus points, you're probably going to win a football game. And that's really what we did. We would just keep piling up points. And my teammates, they believed in me. And we ended up having a really, really, really good year. And I can't thank them enough. And the coaches did an awesome job, too, because Coach Greco, this was his first year as the head coach. He was always the offensive coordinator. And he stepped in, and we didn't miss a beat. And we actually got better, as the record speaks for itself.
A minute ago, you just mentioned one of your teammates, wide receiver Rasheed Bailey. I wanted to ask you about him. He was responsible for about 80 of your completions, 1,700 yards, and 19 touchdowns. Can you just tell us a little bit about that connection you two had?
Well, like I said, we came in together to Delaware, and ever since then, every offseason, me and him have worked together. And this year, he finally got his chance to be the number 1 receiver, and he showed why. He really had an awesome year. Our chemistry level was awesome. The time we put in the off season, nobody could have put in more time than me and him. And when you prepare like that, it shows on the field. And we had some really good games. He had some awesome games, and I credit him with a lot of the yards. And I'm pretty sure he would credit me too.
And overall, Aaron, how would you describe your overall college football experience at Delaware Valley College playing quarterback for the Aggies?
It's just a class program. It's just a class program from top to bottom. He was the offensive coordinator, but head coach now, Duke Greco. He's going to be here for a long time, and he's going to keep that program winning. But that's all I can say about it. It's just a class program. We got a lot of fans, a lot of hometown people that love the Delaware Aggies, and the students show support too. So as long as you keep that going, you got Coach Greco at the helm. Good things are be coming Delaware's way pretty soon.
A lot of high praise for Coach Greco. Do you think he made you better as a player?
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the main reason why I came to Delaware is because of him. Just looking at the offense that he ran prior to coming in, I knew it was a pro-style system. I knew it was a balance attack. And ever since day one, I always wanted to play in the NFL. So I was projecting, even then, what do NFL coaches want to see? They want to see you operating in a pro-style offense, not an offense, based on screens and hitches and stuff like that. So that was definitely one of the things that made me go to Delaware, and that offense worked for me, and it shows on the tape that I can make all the NFL throws.
Hey, you're not lying about that. Once again, 2015 NFL draft prospect, quarterback out of Delaware Valley, Aaron Wilmer joining the show. And Aaron, over the last 4 years, who would you say is the best or most impressive player you've had to play against?
The best or most impressive player I had to play against? I won't say one player. I would definitely say a team. That would be Wilmer Pride. This past year, they were really awesome. They had a really good defense, athletic, fast. And schematically, they did a lot of things, a lot of moving parts that will kind of confuse you during the snap and pre-snap. So things like that, they give quarterbacks a tough fit, especially preparing for them because, they make everything look the same kind of. And once you snap the ball, it's something completely different. You got D-linemen dropping in the coverage, so that was definitely the toughest opponent.
All right, now how about this? If you had to single out one, what's the biggest or most memorable play that you've made throughout your college football career?
Wow. Actually, it was my first game starting quarterback at Delaware. We were playing Wilmer University, and we go into overtime, and they scored first, and we got the ball at 4th and 15 from our 30, trying to score in overtime. And our last play was called, it was righty B go. That was the play call. It was righty B go, and I looked the safety off to the middle, and we had a guy running right up the sideline, and I hit him for the touchdown. We ended up winning the game.
Okay. Definitely sounds memorable. Now, it's funny that you mentioned that because my next question for you is, let's say it's 4th and 8. You guys are down by, let's say, 5 points, and there's about 35 seconds left on the clock. You're at your own 40-yard line. What kind of play are you drawing up if you had the choice?
Well, the play I would go to is we have a play called Steamers, and it's basically you can run it from a 4-receiver set, or you can go 3-by-1 with a tight end. And it's just basically all verts, but the tight end has the adjustment route, or the slot receiver can have the adjustment depending on the ball that week. And usually the defense is always a step behind because we have the adjustment. So if they show us too high, the receiver or the tight end will bend it into a cover 2 post, or if they stay one high, the receiver or the tight end will keep it up the seam, and then we just play up the safety at that point.
Hey, there you go. Once again, Chris Schanfeld talking with 2015 NFL draft prospect, quarterback Aaron Wilmer out of Delaware Valley College here on the CS podcast. And Aaron, just a few more questions, then I'll let you go. I really do appreciate your time. What do you feel is your biggest strength as a quarterback?
I would say my anticipation. I'm really good as reading defenses and throwing guys open. And that's not a knock on my arm strength or my accuracy. I just think that my anticipation skills really help me a lot because the defense, once again, is a step behind because I see the window opening when they don't, And but my arm strength is NFL quality and my accuracy is NFL quality. So I don't want to knock that, but I would say my number one would be anticipation.
And how about a weakness? Is there anything specific you'll be taking some time to improve on during the off season?
Yeah, arm strength and accuracy because you never can have enough of either one. So that's definitely one thing I'm working on daily. I train every day up in King of Prussia. It's just a local place around here with Antonio Davis, Premier Sports. He does a lot of guys for the combine, and he's training me now for everything that the NFL can throw at me in terms of speed, agility, throwing, power, accuracy, things like that. So I'm real excited about that.
And let's say there's an NFL general manager listening to this very interview. Why should he want quarterback Aaron Wilmer out of Delaware Valley College a part of his team?
Well, Aaron Wilmer's a hard worker. He's going to come in. He's a film junkie. He loves watching film. He's going to break down tape. Student of the game. And he's a good player. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I can play in the NFL. Because I watch on Sundays, and some guys, I can't believe are in the NFL. So, but that's definitely one thing I would tell him. I'm a good player, and I know how to break down film, and I know what defenses are trying to do during the week. And I'm a gamer. That's all I can say. I'm a gamer.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. If quarterback Ryan Lindley has a job, I think anybody could play quarterback in the NFL. But I don't know.
The thing about Ryan Lindley, if he's my height, Well, listen, let's say Ryan Lindley's 6 feet. He's not in the NFL. I think Ryan Lindley, I think they got him listed at 6'6". So, and he's just a guy that keeps getting chances. And I just need one of those chances from him. And I'll prove a coach wrong.
Hey, man, you only need that one opportunity, that one team to fall in love with you, man. That's it. Now, is there a quarterback currently playing in the NFL that you might compare your game to?
Well, I mean, just based on size, I would say Russell Wilson. But, I hate comparing myself to anybody in the NFL just because, those guys are there for a reason. I'm trying to get there. But I'm just a good quarterback that can make all the throws from the boundary hash to the field numbers. That's who I am. I'm just a good quarterback that's looking for an opportunity.
Yeah, obviously, you really impressed me when I took a look at your tape. Now, what's the number one thing you want people to take away from when after they watch you?
Well, the thing I've heard from scouts that have looked at my tape is they want to see how I am with my height being a concern. And I just, when they look at the tape, they don't see that as being a concern. They see, well, look, you're throwing over your lineman here. So you're not affecting you at your college for 4 years. You've been successful. So that's one thing that I think the scouts are looking at. But you can't question my arm strength. You can't question my accuracy because on film, as some scouts have already told me, I can make all the throws. So that's not an issue.
You told me that you're going to be participating in the Baltimore Regional Combine. Is that correct?
Yes, I'll be in the Baltimore NFL Regional Combine on the 28th. And I have also the BSN National Combine on the 7th that I'm attending, that I'm real psyched up for.
Any specific numbers you want to hit?
Oh, yeah. Well, my agent and my trainer, we've been trying to get my 40 time into the 4.5 range. Currently, I'm like a 4.62, 4.65. So I want to run a 4.5 at the Combine. And I want to get my vertical plus 35 inches. So anything 35 and up is where my agent wants me to be. So that's good for him so he can promote me better. But those are the only two numbers that we've talked about.
Well, hey, Aaron, man, your future is definitely looking bright. Has it sunk in yet that you've played in your final college football game and that the next time you play will be in the pros?
Well, I mean, God willing, I'll be in the pros. It was tough that last game because the way we lost. I mean, we were up 19 points and we blew a lead. But after that, I knew after about maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I knew that I had to start getting ready for what's next. And I started doing that. Got myself an agent. Now I'm training. And currently, I mean, as you saw, I was ranked 25th quarterback, and now I'm ranked 18th on Emory Hunt's quarterback ranking. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully I can keep climbing the rankings, and hopefully I can either be drafted, which would be a dream, or even a dream to be picked up as a priority free agent after the draft.
Absolutely. Well, actually, yeah, congratulations on that quarterback ranking. You were just ranked 25 last week. Now you're up to 18. I'm sure it's going to continue to keep on rising. And last question for you before I let you go, Aaron. Just a quick fun one to end the interview. What's something about yourself that many people may not know?
Well, just like any other quarterback, a lot of people don't know what you do behind the scenes preparation-wise. So I don't think people know how much I prepare during the week, week in and week out, just breaking down the other team, staying in contact with my coaches, trying to find out ways to exploit a weakness on the defense. So that's one thing I don't think people would know about me, is that the time I put in off the field is actually more than I put in on the field.
All right. Well, hey, Aaron, man, once again, I really do appreciate your time. It was definitely a pleasure speaking with you. Congratulations on a very successful college football career at Delaware Valley College. And, I'm certainly wishing you nothing but the best. You have anything else for us before I let you go?
I'm thankful and I'm blessed, man. I hope my dream comes true of playing in the NFL someday. And I got a lot of supporters that are rooting for me, so I don't want to let them down. And I can't let them down. I got to get there. And I also want to thank you, Chris. I appreciate you doing this interview for me, man. It does a lot for me. It means a lot. And it's bringing a lot of exposure to myself and also my college.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Aaron, like I said, the pleasure was all mine, and I look forward to watching you on Sundays, man. Take care, all right?